Bring the start.
Call the meeting to order. First of all, my shout out this month, shout out to some of our own, the Town of Canton Highway Department. Put in probably one of the tougher winters that we've had in a while. They were out a lot of weekends, moved a lot of snow, and they did a very good job with very few mishaps. I know highway superintendent out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, checking the road, see whether they need to be plowed, so school buses could get out. I think they did a real good job, and I think we should let them know we appreciate it. All right, moving right along. Public comment. Anyone here wish to comment? Now it's time to do it.
Well, I'd like to introduce myself.
Okay.
My name is Alan Robinson. I'm here today because I'm running county legislator for District 8. So I'm just here to introduce myself and kind of get a feel for everybody in the room. I brought a little bit of information about myself on some forms. So if you guys would like it, I got no problem handing it out. Any questions I can take, I'd be happy to answer afterwards. So thank you for your time, and anything I can do, in the event I do be fortunate enough to be elected to the position, I'd love to work with the Canton board. So thank you for your time.
We'd appreciate that.
Of
As I
course.
said, it's we haven't had the best representation at town board meetings from legislator from District 8.
Yep.
So,
Of course.
and I said, again, I understand because when the board got broken up from 22 members to 15, that changed the lines, and so now that district serves part of the town of Potsdam, part of the town of Canton,
Yes.
and all of the town of Madrid. And unfortunately, town of Canton, town of Madrid meet at the same time on the same evening. And so, but yeah, if that happens, if you could share your time, but at least keep us informed with what's going on at the county level, because we've had a couple of instances over the last few years, especially in regards to broadband,
Okay.
where some balls got dropped and we didn't know what was going on, and unfortunately got chastised for something that we really didn't know about. And so, yes, it would be good if you are elected to certainly let us know that what's going on.
Yeah,
So,
and if I can't make meetings, I can always email somebody rather
it's
than you.
in today's world, yeah, when I was legislator, that wasn't the way it happened back in, I don't know when it was, back in the 80s, I guess, but
1880s or 1980s?
and so, and that's, yeah, but I only served Canton, so
Right.
it was fairly easy for me to come to Canton board meeting. So, all right, appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, you got stuff you want to hand out?
Okay.
Fine. Hand it, leave it. We can pick it up. So
I guess I'll do the same thing. I'm Adam Jarrett. I'm running for county legislator for District 3. What's the other part of District 3?
okay,
Okay.
is that the Lightfoots?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So I have nothing much to say except to introduce myself. And yes,
What's that
I'm
name again, sir?
Adam Jarrett.
Adam Jarrett.
I live in Morristown. And like I said, I'm running for Joe Lightfoot's position in District 3. So it's
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Joe did come to one of our meetings, I think, I remember.
I think
Did he?
Yeah,
Was it?
that's
Yeah, Joe did make it to one of our meetings.
to discuss some broadband,
Huh?
to discuss broadband.
That's right, it was to discuss broadband, and I believe that we ended up getting, ended up getting a little pat in the back from the Freedom of Information people. Because of that. So, yeah,
well, I'll do if I win, I'll do my best to be present as well.
well, and again, and I understand because what you have in Canton, you have all of the village Rensselaer Falls, I believe. And then there's part of the district that comes from Rensselaer Falls back towards DeKalb, along the DeKalb line.
Well, District 3 is all of Morristown, all of Oswegatchie, part of Canton, all of Ubleton, all of Rensselaer Falls.
And so we understand. So, and again, you know, and I don't care what your party line is,
Right.
but if you're representing, you know, there's three there on that board that all have parts of Canton. And so if one of you just knows that, you know, well, okay, I'll reach out to Canton. So, or what ends up normally, or what's been happening is nobody's been responding and we get nothing. And so,
That's why
yes.
that's why we're here.
okay, I appreciate that. Anyone else care to comment? If not, moving on, approval of minutes. Everyone's seen the minutes? In the March 11th meeting? There is one small mistake in there,
Okay,
my fault. When I did sustainability committee report last month, I said March instead of April 25th for the Fix It Fair. It's in the minutes as March. And it should have been April. That's the only thing I needed.
Ethan. Okay,
I didn't know what it was.
all of that.
Any other comments? Motion to approve.
So move.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence. All I have is, we received, payments from, two more pilot payments for solar. The amount of $5,711. So 4 solar payments have been made. There's only one left to make. And that was it for correspondence. Town finances report. I don't know if Angela was coming or not. Did you all get your copy? The one thing I will point out, if we go to under revenues, under in general A, right towards the top, you're going to see justice fees. Fines and forfeitures, just go down a little bit. Old used to just have the total A that you would see. And what was going on there, we would get the checks from the court clerks and we deposit them and they'd all go in there. And if they happen to be in there when we were looking at the report would be skewed because then we had to make the payments to the village and to the state. And so they ended up getting backed out. So what we asked them to do, and they did it, if you'll see above that, you'll have a section that reads fines and forfeitures, justice fees, paid out village, paid out New York State, justice fees, other. So the 57,000 that you see there is what's been taken in so far this month. Of that, 17,000 of that went to the state.
Okay.
3,000 of it went to the village. And so this figure of 37,272 is the actual figure that we've taken in so far this year in revenues from that. So, and if you want to look across, we're looking a whole lot better
Yeah.
than we ever have.
Yeah.
Or at least in the last 5 years for justice fees. So, and that is the only, that's the only,
There.
that was the only change, that has been made with regard to that. And if Angela shows up and, wants to go through it further, we'll do that when she gets here. We'll leave that open then for motion in case she does show up, and for now, move on to audit committee.
Ready, Heidi?
Yep.
General Fund A, $104,590.46. Town outside B, $2,656.28. DA townwide highway, $38,675.04. DB highway, $4,262.03. Special fire, $5,000 even. Special lighting with zero this month. Trust and agency, $12,735.07.
Thank you, sir.
Questions or comments on audit? If not, motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Department head reports. Anybody got anything? Only got one department,
I don't have anything to add
okay?
unless you have any
The
questions.
reports are all in. They're
Mhm.
all, they're all on the website, they're all on the drive.
Oh, Zoom's this month.
Any questions for Mike?
No.
Well, doesn't require a motion to accept department head reports if we don't really have any to it.
No.
We'll move on. Committee reports, I'll start, sustainability met last night. They've scheduled planning over here at 64 Main Street for May 18th or 19th. Short window here, anyone interested in helping with that planning? You can contact Barb Beekman, but she would like to know by tomorrow evening if you're interested in which date works best for you. So
Nothing like short notice.
that is awful short notice, but that's it. And I think they were hoping that they could wait longer before they planted. But the gardener that they have lined up, I think it might be through Cornell Cooperative Extension. Those are the dates that he's available to do it. So. Hopefully we don't get a frost.
Yeah, really.
It'd make me nervous.
2 inches of snow considered a frost.
Actually, no.
Kind of.
If it was if
Pretty much done,
peas
so I'd
or
say no.
lettuce
No.
or spinach, I would bet, I don't think that's what they're gonna plant.
Probably.
All right, and there was discussion on the recent nuclear forum at Clarkson. And both the forum presentation and the Q&A afterwards are going to be available in the near future in some format for people to listen to. That was Kathleen Stein that was reporting on that. And so if somebody wants to reach out, or if I hear from her, I think she'll probably email me and let me know when that's available. And the repair fair at the pavilion is on April 25th from 8:30 to 12:30. And they're looking for any volunteers that they can get. And so they're looking for people to bring stuff in that's broken to be fixed, and they're looking for people that will man a booth and fix the broken stuff that comes in. So I guess bicycle repair is a big one. Some appliance stuff comes in, but if we don't have electrician, then they claim that they had it last year and they said it was very, very well received, and a lot of people showed up, and a lot of them went away happy. And so, and then the other thing is they're trying to get vendors to show up who will see that, or people that fix stuff that show up, that they'll see that there's really a need in the community for somebody to maybe open shop, sideline or something to do some of this stuff. All right, that was sustainability, and the solar committee has a meeting scheduled for later on in the month. Any other committee reports?
Economic development, met, and Lee's report's pretty inclusive of everything we talked about. I just wanted to point out, because it was in the minutes from last month, that the Village Green project has assigned, we signed with Labella for the design work out. It was mentioned in the minutes last month, so I want to put some closure to that.
What exactly is happening there, Rand?
That's what the design work's gonna work. They got a grant, so they're gonna design with, it's owned by the church, so the church is involved as well.
Right.
So they got, geez, I mean, I wish they were here. I'm gonna misquote the money. They got a lot of money. I'm not gonna quote the exact amount.
I can't remember.
I think it was close to $1 million. I thought it was $1 million, but
But what are they doing?
so they're gonna enhance make the park for enhancements in the park. They're talking about how they're gonna use the money, maybe making walkways, lighting.
They still talk
It-
about that portable.
Yeah, they're talking about a mention of a bathroom, a self-cleaning, whatever kind of bathroom, a magic bathroom to put there, because there's no bathroom access in the village of Canton. So that's what LaBella's gonna do, is they're gonna sit down with they got a committee together with one person from the church to sit down and kind of come up with some kind of a design. So basically it's for park enhancements. Open for ideas.
This is Willow Island.
No, this is the village.
Oh, the Village.
Village Green.
Okay. So are they doing any more with that?
Yeah.
That was the LW.
That's the
RP,
Yep,
right?
yep. In fact, she mentioned that. Where did she say here? Let me look.
I think there's another meeting scheduled fairly soon.
You're on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah.
Front advisory.
Waterfront, yeah, that's all waterfront advisory. Lee mentioned it in her report, something about the LWRP. Right there. Barton and the Jews completing the inventory analysis right now for the LWRP.
Mhm.
And they've begun the market analysis. There's a website to keep people informed. And the first public meeting is going to be sometime this spring.
Yeah, I think it's
Shoot.
fairly soon.
And this is years ago. When I was on the town board. When they first started doing all the work with Willow Island and the park over there was talk about putting a walkway connecting the two of them,
Under the bridge.
hanging from the bridge underneath, that you could,
I don't think the
Has-
committee.
has
thinks that's a good
there
idea.
been any more discussion?
There was a discussion at the waterfront advisory committee, and it was brought up, but I don't think we had a lot of positive feedback from it, from the people that were in the committee, because it just seemed like nothing. It sounds like it would end up being trouble, if you ask me. I mean, we've already got a little problem with people thinking that that's a spot where homeless people can go, and if you put more stuff under there, then probably. There was another discussion about possibly putting a crosswalk. But
On a 4-lane,
yeah, the DOT never.
no, never gonna happen. That's why,
No.
you know.
Although they did at
and
Clarkson.
I understand what you're saying,
To
but
the entrance of the old gym. Right there, they split that off. so-
Yeah, but they're not gonna put it on a
No.
4-way bridge.
No,
They won't do it.
no.
I think right now though, with
At least
the LWRP grant is mostly right now for shoreline enhancement, you
Yeah.
know, to shore it
Yeah.
up. And then they're gonna bring it to that group for the most part, the Willow Island group and that group, if there's money left over after they get the shoreline set up.
Weren't they talking about a portable band shell or something like that?
Yeah, they're talking
that
about
was
that.
talked
They were
about.
talking about that, but
They're
that's
just,
not,
they're mostly throwing ideas out right now, or throwing ideas.
Seeing what
around
sticks.
right now. Yeah,
but we first gotta stabilize the shoreline.
yes.
any other committee? Rec, Matt?
Rec Mat, briefly, basically the whole point, the reason we met is that the village is starting the budget process, you know, the budget their fiscal year ends June 30th. So we started initial budget discussions, and we've only had one, and we've gone back, they've gone back, we've gone back, and we're gonna meet again Monday morning.
Yeah,
Further,
that's-
further discuss it.
yeah. Heidi wrote that down. It's, yeah, June 1st. I think
June first,
I
is
think
when their
village-
new
I think
budget
village
kicks in.
budget goes.
May 30th is
June-
what you meant,
Yeah,
Oh, May 30th.
May 31st.
31st.
Okay, say that for me, will you?
Oh, I didn't write that down, but
Pretend I said that.
Okay, any others?
Thanks for covering for me.
When I'm the highway committee, didn't they plow off the spare truck, but they waited to do the rest, which is probably a good thing.
Um, Well, the only thing I'd say about a highway, and it's only because I know it, the bids have been open, the county bids for
Hmm.
asphalt and whatnot, and surprisingly, as of right now, they're not a whole lot different
Really?
than they were a year ago. But I do know I believe it was 22. Opened the bids and they were like they were for 21. By the time we put asphalt down, they'd gone from like $35 a ton to 70. Yeah, because in that bid, the bid is good for all of April.
Right.
And then an escalator can kick in and you will know at the start of the month if there is an escalator. And if you don't hear, then the price stays good. And then June it can right through. And so,
Right through the end of
Yeah.
paving season.
all right, then. That's it for committee reports. Then on to old business. Item 1 is going to be tabled.
That's my fault.
That's CSEA's contract approval. This is only, it's been on the agenda for, I don't know, January, February.
Oh, December.
April. And so, it's tabled to next,
So I,
and if 3 days before the meeting, I hear that we don't have that. I won't, Randy Brown's gonna drive and get it wherever he's gotta drive.
I'll walk and get it.
Oh, you.
Somebody will drive him.
We better make that 10 days, not 30. You gotta
No,
walk.
so what happened is we got, it was sent forward and I got notification sent forward and then my focus isn't where it should have been and I didn't follow up and get the copies and see if we got it back from the.
I mean, it's a formality of getting it. And so that, I mean, we have it piecemeal. It's all been approved. What we're doing is fine. All we gotta have is then we end up with a document that's all one document.
Yep.
We don't have to look at
Yep.
the memorandums of agreement that we signed and everything else. So, all right. Item 2. Nothing's easy. We approved all of the annual reviews for clerk, supervisor, and court last month. However,
We didn't do super.
We didn't do supervisor yet.
oh, we haven't done supervisor. We did it
Wait a
for
minute.
clerk. I'm sorry.
Do it now.
And
My memory's.
have you settled on a date?
We'll do it tonight.
Oh, you settled on a date. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No, not,
you're gonna have to talk to Christie
okay.
because she's the one that's
Yeah,
gonna,
just let me.
we're gonna have to make sure she's here. And because
Yep,
she
okay.
knows where everything is. But Office Court Administration requires formal resolution. So this will be resolution number 2 for the year. And it's an annual review of Canton County Justice Court records. It says, whereas Uniform Justice Court Act 2019 requires the annual audit by the town board of the court records and dockets of the town court. Whereas town council members John Kyle and Wayne Cuthbert performed an audit of the town court records of the town of Canton on February 24, 2026. And whereas attached here to and made a part is the annual checklist for review of justice court records. Therefore be it resolved, said audit is approved and entered into the minutes of the town of Canton on April 8, 2026. We have a motion to approve resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, requires roll call vote.
Randy,
Aye.
Wayne,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
John.
Aye.
So that don't go Heidi. Please. Next item. Banner program. I have filled out the application form and sent it to National Grid for the pole use.
Mm.
What is going on is the village is handling the banner program in the village of Canton. I don't know where they're at with it. And the town has agreed to handle anything that's going on outside of the village of Canton. The Hamlet of Morley has requested putting 10 up. Who's in charge of it is Becky Buckley. She's the librarian at the Morley Library. I've been in, I spoke with her. She has all the equipment there to do it. She has the banners there. She gave me a list of poll numbers that the committee wanted. We need 5 polls. I told her, give me a list of at least 10. So if Grid kicks one out,
Right.
we've got another one to go to. And so that's been done. I filled out the paperwork. I've sent it to Grid. And they said that they should be getting back to me within 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. They'll allow them to be up for 120 days. Or 100, take it back. Yeah, I think it's 120 days. That's what they want them to be up. No, it's gotta be. I don't think it was 180. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna have to be 180 because I think they want them up prior to Memorial Day and taken down after
Labor Day.
veterans,
Veterans Day.
after veterans. And so I'm gonna recheck that, but it seems so. I read 120, it should be 180.
I think it's 180.
It's okay, as long as it's 180, then we're fine because and so all we gotta do is once we get the approval from them. Just have to coordinate getting them put up.
Mhm.
So. Hopefully it all works out. I mean, there's been enough hiccups over it.
Wow.
There was a lot of involvement. And I mean, there was a number of them. I think that was supposed to go up in priorities too. And I think the VFW was gonna handle that. And then for some reason, they pulled out. And so all there was, town outside, or all there is town outside at this point, are the ones that are gonna go up in Morley. All right, correction of errors, duplicate tax. Whoever did audit last month, you probably saw it. But the courts, the way they've been operating is if they purchase something, they're filling out a voucher, bringing it down and putting it in. And last month, there was like 6 vouchers to the very same company. And what ended up happening was we ended up some duplicate checks for some of them. We caught them in the office and pulled the checks. I mean, but they got through quite a few eyes, which is understandable. You look at them and say, it's a legitimate bill, okay? And so, and in it goes. And so, we requested that if they buy something from them, just mark it, and towards the end of the month, put them all on the same voucher. Then we don't have 6 vouchers to audit. You don't have 6 to sign. We don't have 6 checks to make out, all going to the same
Same
company. So it's one check and away it goes. And so hopefully we can cut down on that happening by trying to condense some, some of those things. Filing of the annual financial report. Anybody's need something to read? You're welcome to it. There's lots of numbers in there. Have fun. Christy and I went down
Is
and
this
sat
on the agenda?
with Danielle and Angela at Gray and Gray,
Adding it to the agenda.
and we went through it.
Tim, are you adding this to the agenda as a item number 5
Okay,
or
Discussion
Sure.
item 5 under old business.
you can put it under that.
is it part of your financial
Nah,
report?
just put filing at AFR.
Okay,
So it was filed. Comptroller's office has already got back to us for what they consider to be 5 corrections. They call them corrections. We call them items like, they flagged the fact that we had, $110,000 in, the account for the reval that had never been in there before. And so what's going on here? Why is this 110,000 showing up? So just gotta send back and explain it to them. We've corrected all of the questions that they had, and now we've filed a final and they've accepted it. So that's where we're at. And they have to be in, it has to be in by the 31st of March, and it was, even with the corrections. Moving on to new business, electronic funds transfer policy. Right here, we don't use it very often, but something may come up now that, I think we've had maybe now 5 credit card requests of use of the credit card. I don't know if we did much with that last year at all, but I do know we've made at least 5 purchases, maybe more. And so NYMER, who does our insuring, would like to see us approve a transfer policy as part of their cybersecurity. And so I would entertain a motion for me to sign an electronic funds transfer policy as recommended by NYMER.
You pass that around. We just look at it real quick.
Yep.
It's pretty standard, Eric.
Yeah, 100%.
She's getting too short.
Want to put those over top of your other glasses.
No, I gotta get this right. I got readers in the bottom half or bottom.
I'm gonna have a magnifying glass in my my bag here.
I hope you get them fixed before that contract shows up.
I think that's why they went bad. I read the stupid thing 3 times, maybe 4,
You gotta read front. to
Line by
back,
line.
front.
line by line.
You want them both?
This came out in an email too, didn't it? This was out in an email too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I think I got everything.
Yeah.
All right, so move.
Motion made,
Second.
second. All in favor?
All right.
Thank you. Next item. Remove it. But I will talk about it a little bit. I've been noticed going through this. We don't get anything in terms of interest on any monies. And we have a fair amount of money in the bank.
Mhm.
And so Christy and I have been looking at ways to maybe enhance that a little bit. I've included John in it. we talked with a couple outside agencies, including this New York class one, and then, we went up to Community Bank, and that is where all our deposits are.
Mhm.
And we spoke with them, and, I think we got some pretty positive feedback. And what I'd like is for you to pass a motion allowing John and I to work with Community Bank, where all our deposits are
Mm.
anyway, to work to maximize the monies that we have deposited there in terms of interest back to the town. I think we need to do it. Right now, we aren't receiving anything in terms of interest, and I think after we talked with them, there's some good potential for making some.
Well, it sounds like everything still remains fairly liquid too, so it's not like. you
Yes,
need
yeah,
something,
it's,
not
yeah,
like-
it's,
It's
you
there
can-
because that's our
yeah,
depository.
yeah.
It's not like we went with someone else and we'd have to do wire transfer.
Yes.
all that stuff.
And they showed how easy it was to move it from where it is. And so, I mean, we were getting 0.01 interest on our money, which didn't amount to anything.
Mhm.
And so, but I would like a motion giving us the authority to do that.
Now,
Well, it'd be a good time as any, or do you want to know more about it? I mean, we sent you,
the thing on,
yeah,
but it sounds like you're talking about something different now.
we're
It's just
talking
with Community
at
Bank
least- yeah,
instead of,
because
Yeah.
we
They can match
dealt with
what we
them
were
for
talking about before.
54 straight years. We've been dealing with them since 1972. And so rather than take all of our deposits
And move on.
and move them
Mhm.
somewhere else, they've got to come back in there. So if we move them outside the bank,
There's a.
we got to bring
there's
it
a
back.
fee, Then bring it
because
back another fee.
These,
Wire
the other,
I just
the collaborative. the
I'm
collaborative
familiar
ones
with what you sent us. I
Don't
checked
have,
out what you sent us.
correct. And so because we've dealt with them for 54 years, we thought it'd be a good idea, at least to go up and tell them what our intent was.
Let's see
And
what
when
they
we
can do
did
for
that,
us.
and when we did that, they wanted to sit down and talk.
Mhm.
And we sit down and talked, and we come away fairly happy with what we heard. And I would at least like to give them, the balance of this year to show us, what they can do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at this, I mean, we're doing real well because we're up to 50% of our budgeted amount
Mhm.
in A already. Because we budgeted in A for interest. Where is it? Right here. $30. And we're already at $18.77. So we're at 62.6%.
Right.
Of total revenue from interest. And it was interesting enough to me that wasn't near enough interest that we started talking about this. So, yeah, there's potential for that.
And it's comparable to the ones you sent us.
Mhm.
There's 10 basis points less,
Okay.
which is, I think the ones we were talking to were 3.52 and they're at 3.42.
But
But-
changing by the
but
time.
the
you get
checking-
wire
but the-
transfers and
but the
fees,
checking
we'll probably
is
have to
there,
go out all
And
that
the
shit.
money never has.
just add more
to
The
leave,
money doesn't have to move.
But doesn't have to.
Right.
And
More
so
paperwork to
it's
keep track of.
a lot less paper
Right.
More records to keep track of.
here and
Okay.
gray by doing it this way.
Just, will you repeat your motion if you're gonna ask for it again?
Looking for one.
I just wanted to
Make a
restate it.
motion, the board given the supervisor and the deputy supervisor the authority to work with Community Bank on investing the town's money in a way that is most beneficial to the town of Canton.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and the last item that we have is, one of our highway employees, Mike Shaw, has asked to, transfer his comp time to a straight payout, which is something that we do every year. And so we need a motion to approve that.
So move.
Motion made,
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody else got anything? Need to bring up? Not, we'll need a short executive session to discuss negotiated contract. Their contract negotiation, whatever you want to call it. Motion to go into executive. Motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks for coming, everybody.
Well,
Sorry,
no,
I was gonna
that-
pack you, but then
but go ahead. Go ahead.
Lynn Souye, town Canton. I'm gonna say this out only because I don't know how it affects the town in any way, if it's even a decision. The only reason I say this because one of the people is on the decision about that. I would like to see, and I've already talked with Mr. Dalton about it, but kind of got shot down. I think we have a wonderful potential with our beautiful flagpole that's not being used right there from the old McDonald's. Have a big, beautiful American flag put on that. But I was told that it's used once a year in June for the pride flag. And so we're not using it for anything else throughout the year. My suggestion to him would be putting another flagpole next to it for other flags, because he said you can't fly because of your code or something, I don't even know, that you can't fly the same flag. You can't fly the American flag on pole that you fly, that you've flown a different flag. That I don't know about, but I think I think we have a wonderful flagpole. I know we have one in front of the municipal building, which is nice, and it has a light on it now, which it didn't before. And we put a nice solar light on the top of that flagpole with a nice big beautiful flag, would think would be wonderful for our town. That's me, in our village.
Yeah, so,
So I'd like to,
After
I'm gonna pursue it further.
but
Why?
because after you brought it up last time,
I didn't.
I went out, I heard that it got mentioned, and so I went out. And what I did, because it's not lit, I bought a 250-year commemorative flag. It's in Mike Dalton's office, put on that flagpole. I don't know why it isn't lit. But it's in his office, because I got it myself and brought it in. And so, and I figured because we don't have the power to light it, then we don't, because it's not a true, American flag. It's got 13 stars in the circle, and then the 1776 to 2026 in the center of it.
Since it's commemorative, it doesn't need to be illuminated.
It doesn't have to be a little.
And that'll stay up for
Well,
a year? I mean,
yes, it should be up now.
so that's my pet thing I need to be working on. Get that flag up. Is that what you're saying?
I said, Mike, can you pick his flag up? He says, I'll do it myself, or I'll have Scott do it. I've been in his office for a month.
So the flag out front, I'm sorry, but the flag out front, because I believe it's a solar
I
light.
think you're right.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That a solar light could not be put on top of that one. To actually have an American flag on there when the time is gone. Because if it was put up in here recently, within the last several months.
Well, I figured I could get away with this on my own, but I think we have four joint board meetings a year, and so we can discuss it there. But I did not say this. But if you call it the whole, rod is off.
I mean, I'm all for the idea of that being
Make them
out there.
flag, make them flag.
I'm all for the idea of that being out there.
I said, "Oh, why the flag, Mike, I bought the flag, I brought it in."
Okay.
So.
I won't throw you under